3 tutties on the day for Sean Tucker on Rudy's bench. How do you feel about that, Rudy?
Oh, God.
Tez Johnson in the starting lineup.
Oh, reverse fuck me.
I may or may not have recorded 15-year-old cheerleaders.
I can't be bald and fat.
Any Given Sunday podcast, week 11 of the fantasy football season. We're back. I'm Rebel Scum, ready to cover the action. A little bit under the weather, a lot of it under 500, but that's okay. We keep rolling on. On here with the pod squad this evening to discuss the week's action. But before we get into it, let's introduce the fellas. We'll start with the ambassador of Quan. What's up, ambassadors?
What's up, fellas? Back at it again, fresh off the this weekend, man. Went to SoFi to watch the Rams play in a divisional matchup against the Seahawks. It once again was a wonderful game at SoFi. Just an amazing stadium, amazing performance by the Rams. Took out the Seattle Seahawks. It was a great game with a finish down to the last moment, and it is just a blessing to be a Rams fan, you know. So thank you. Love, life, community, and the dollars too. Back to you.
Right on. I should have said undefeated Quan, but after that Rams glaze, I'm glad I didn't. That game could have gone either way, by the way, but we could just talk about that some other time. Defending champ NJC, what's cracking with you this week?
What's going on? Welcome to New Jack City, where the rent is always due.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
Under 80 points. There weren't too many people. There weren't too many teams scoring that low this week, but hey, man.
It was a disaster for New Jack City's output, and it was a disaster just in fantasy football output. When Bryce Young goes over 340 yards and puts up 3 tutties, you know something's funny. So,
Was the rent paid with SNAP benefits this week, NJC?
yeah, the Section 8 didn't come through this month, boys. This week.
I heard it's not
Section
coming through
Section
for a little
80.
bit.
Section 80.
Commissioner, welcome back this week. It's great to have you. How you feeling?
Feel good.
Clear eyes, full heart.
60 points for my running backs. Can't lose.
The future of the running back stable here, ready to run all over the league for years to come. Man, scary shit. Rudy,
He may not do it next week, but sure, years to come. Let's see.
oh, is there a bye next week?
You never know with New England's backfield how things are going to go. I think Ramondre's back next week, so we'll see.
Oh, well, either way, man, it's looking great. And it was a good run. Rudy, welcome back. It's great to have you. Looking fresh, looking clean. 8K.
Feeling good, feeling healthy over here, licking my wounds. I just got off the horn with my team. We just finished checking in Sean Tucker into his new room. Sorry, I just picked him up 5 days ago. I didn't have no equipment, no jersey for him. Just kept his ass at home. I said, no, just stay there for a little bit. We got this. The fuck we didn't. So yeah, we're over here just over here 7-4. Feeling kind of Obi-Wan-ish, if you ask me, but we're feeling good.
The old AGS grab and stash.
Hey, we've all participated in a little stashing. We've all done a little stashing in our time.
And a little grabbing.
I got the practice squad on my team. Crazy.
I would rather be 7-4 than 4-7, but whatever, man. It's crazy. Week to week, things can go one way or the other. A lot of these teams scored 76 points, and then they scored like 130 points against me, and I score 117 points and can't even fart out a win because Josh Allen has a game of his career.
Well, you know that comes with the territory when you start to Tagovailoa.
I think you said Vagiloa. I think that's what you meant to say.
We were talking pre-pod, and every other free agent quarterback available put up more points than Tua.
Jacoby Brissett. I mean, it's crazy. I could have gone with anybody else. And I said, you know what? I'll take the guy with probably the biggest reason to win. Job on the line. Commanders. They're fucking going to mail it in. I thought they were like the Sugandese, man. Turns out Tua be Tua-ing. Tua sounds like bad camel toe. It's like Tua. Look at that. Look at that fucking Tua. It just sounds. I might have to edit that out, but I might just leave that one. I don't know, man.
Maybe a hawk Tua joke, Jamar Chase.
That hawk Tua and spit on that.
No, you keep
Jamar
that.
Chase.
You don't edit that out. You keep that hot Tua in there.
All bad, man.
What do you know about bad camel toe?
You know what else we were talking about pre-podcast was how offended I felt that the AI bots at CBS Fantasy had it in their wherewithal to scan their algorithm and determine I was the worst coach in the league and then put it in writing and then put it in the power rankings. And they were right. I am the worst coach in the league. Somehow I still have more wins than some of these other fools, but that's how fantasy football works. Even idiots stumble into victories.
Hey, Truth is trying to fight you for that title, man. He started a kicker with -1 points and still found a way to beat the Sugandese.
It's crazy. I mean, Sugandese couldn't have been happier. He was like, praise God. That's what I need. Just, that sweet spot. You were in the sweet spot this last season, weren't you, Froggy? The consolation champ, high draft pick.
Yes, sir. Sugandese is working his way out of the consolation bracket at this point.
Well, that's also an option too. That's a good pathway too. I mean, Rudy was out of the consolation bracket and he's 7-4 now. Look at him.
Also, Sugan making moves for keepers next year. He traded with Quan for BTJ and then went back into the LSU bucket for a quarterback off of waivers, Joe Burrow. So he's got at least 2 keepers to bring back next season.
Very smart. Well done, Sugandese, playing chess this late in the season, this far out of the game. Let's NJC, let's review your top 3. Hopefully talk about some guys that are still in the game, some teams that are still in the game, and break down the rest of it.
NJC's top 3. Thank you, babe. Anyhow, NJC's top 3 games that shaped the standings and exposed a few people along the way. At number 3, RUTH versus the Sugandese. We started number 3 with a tragedy in real time. Sugandese loses by half a point. That's 0.5. That's not a normal loss. That's the kind that ruins car rides, friendships, and sleep cycles. 1 extra catch, 1 extra yard, 1 extra anything, and the dude is safe. Instead, he is now officially in first place for name change. RUTH didn't dominate. He simply existed long enough for Sugandese to implode. A loss this thin should come with counseling. The counselor. Number 2, Seabird Frogs versus Rudy's replacements. Number 2 is where the standings got slapped around. Seabird Frogs handled their business and sent Rudy's replacements into a bit of a free fall. Rudy takes the L and gets bumped down into 4th place. And that drop is exactly what pushes NJC up into 3rd. So thank you, Frogs, not for the win, but for clearing the path. Rudy had a good run until he didn't. This wasn't just a loss, it was a relocation. Number 1, game of the week, the Curse versus Rebel Scum. And number 1, no debate. The Curse dropped 139 points, the highest total on the board, and the only score this week that deserved applause. This was a firing on all cylinders, while Rebel Scum just trying to hold on to the steering wheel. Although 117 points is not a shabby outing. When you put up 139, that's not a matchup. That's an announcement. The Curse didn't win. He stamped the entire league and left Rebel Scum looking like he forgot to set his lineup, even though he didn't. That was domination, pure and simple. That's all for this week. Adjust your lineups, fix your mistakes, and pray the fantasy gods look your way, because the standings won't.
Wow. That was fabulous, man. You really lit a fire under some folks right now. Rudy's over here.
That dude is fascinating.
Can't barely contain himself.
Surprised you didn't do a little bit extra for the 0.5. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
It's actually 1.5 if you want to be shit talking.
Oh, my bad.
I think that was the best delivery of the NJC top 3 all year. There is one correction that I must note. Sugandese is in second for the number 1 pick. Right now in the lead is Coastal Havoc, thanks to his week 4 loss to Sugandese.
This was okay. Asterisk. This was written before the end of the game, but yes.
The delivery was flawless. Well done. Well done.
Thanks, boys.
Let's actually talk about your game first, sir. Can we? This was the real nail biter right here. An under 80-point thriller. What is going through your head? You must have thought this was a wrap the wrong way. You must have thought this shit was cooked, right? Like,
No. I knew Lamar was going to have a shit outing because he always shits the bed in Cleveland every year. So you knew that and you still started him. Well, I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be better than that. Flacco. What I thought about Flacco was right. What I was wrong about was Lamar's outing. It's one of those learning lessons. I mean, defense again. And Drake London out, and then Chase Brown deserves a spot, man. The dude has kind of been consistent. So
let's not rush over Drake London out. What are the projections? Because I've seen them all over the place.
I've read a couple things. So it says a PCL sprain. He's definitely out for this week. The hope is that he's back for the next week, but it could, depending on what he does, it could last multiple weeks. So
let me give you some data from this season. Ricky Pearsall had a PCL. He missed 6 weeks.
And that dude got shot and came back. So, I mean, he's definitely that's maybe something to think about. So, you know what that boils down to. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow night.
JJ Jetta's once again held under double digits.
Yeah, the good news is he was in the flex. If I can get double digits out the flex, it doesn't matter. I'm happy. Now he moves into the WR spot. So, I mean, the good news is that if this does last, let's say 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully Drake London is back for the playoffs. But one man doesn't, one monkey doesn't stop the show. So we got to keep it moving.
Whoa, crazy choice of words right there, man. This is
I can say it. You can't.
Dude. Well, you're right about that.
Privilege.
Give Pimps a shout out, tight end in the loss.
Fucking McBride.
We had 2 toilet bowls this week between a Women's Havoc, RUTH, and Sugandese. But this game also had a toilet bowl-like score, both teams under 80 points. But in that, Pimps, Trey McBride led the way with 10 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Only 4 wide receivers in AGS have scored more points than Trey McBride this season. And he's a tight end.
Wild. That's what everybody thought Brock Bowers would be doing too. But
I looked at the scores that day. Quick little quip. I looked at the scores. McBride was at like 8. I put the phone down, went to that damn high school thing, came back, and he had 20-5. I was like, where the hell did that come from? Man, he's a beast, bro.
Thoughts on your tight end, NJC? Gadsden has come back down to earth a bit in the last couple weeks.
Yeah. When you start, I'm sure anybody in this league starts their next week strategy probably mid Sunday on what they need to consider doing if there's going to be a waiver wire or what the play is for the next week. So the strategy I had formulating in my mind on probably that position all got kicked out the window when the Drake went down. So we'll see.
He also lost his quarterback. Michael Penix Jr. is out for the season with a knee injury. Kirk Cousins' time in Atlanta. Even when Drake comes back, he will not be catching balls from the Penix. Rudy, you had an interesting observation when you noticed that in week 11, our defending champion scored 79.5 points. You had mentioned something that you overheard at the draft about elements and water. Would you care to expand on that, Rudy?
Oh no, it was just the fact that I was blessed to listen to the speech from the defending champion at the draft, talking about the element of water and how he drives his inspiration and his decision making through such an element. So that's the thing that I was reporting on. So it was a beautiful analogy at the time. At the time, but you know,
would you say the waters are more Katrina-like now?
oh, the waters are very Katrina-like, very, 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 very.
Grasping for life.
Oh.
SOS.
Oh, I have been revived by my three brethren here. Rudy, can you be revived by yours? The last word always goes through a championship.
Oh, okay.
Will there be a fourth this year, NJC?
You know what? The way it's looking, I'm just happy to be here, boys. No, I'm not going to get too cocky. I'm not going to let you guys rage bait me into the fantasy gods teaching me a lesson. I listened to you, I mean, not once, not twice, but thrice, Lennon, you twisted the fucking knife with all you doubled down. But Drake London, but the Penix. I mean, you just twisted. So it's okay. I got you. I got you.
Hey, cheers to the playoff team that gets NJC in the first round.
Oh shit! Here we go. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, thank you.
Shout out to an underrated line so far of the night, catching balls from Penix.
Hey, I try, man. I try my best every week.
Of all the things, that's what you focus on, huh? Them balls and that Penix. Huh? All right, it's all good.
I just recognize good comedy when I hear it, and that's.
Hey, speaking of, where's the Stormtrooper? Is he gonna make an appearance this season?
Where's the Stormtrooper? He's gonna be around or
Oh, he's back there. He's back there.
That Stormtrooper's catching balls every episode.
Yeah.
He's in front of, he's holding the camera.
He's under the desk.
He's under the desk. The fuck out of here. He's not that short. Anyways. All right. Since we've said enough about NJC's barn burner. Sorry about that. I said barn burner there. That was great. Let's talk about the matchup of the weekend. Two longtime friends and rivals battling it out at the Beanery. Seabird Frogs, Rudy's replacements. Rudy probably didn't go the way you thought it would. For how long was it compelling? For how long? I saw the video of Sean Tucker there. For how long was it compelling, and at which point did you want to wish you could just drive back home?
Oh no, I didn't want to drive back home because I was feeling good. But the fact of the matter was that I already came in Sunday a wounded dog anyway with what happened to the Thursday night game. So as soon as the shenanigans started to happen, that let's see what decision that I didn't make will be the result of me losing today. But I kind of looked at it as far as the standings are concerned, is that just to see how I stand with another playoff team, but also too is that, you know, it was either for a bye. A bye for me could be either good or bad. In my history, when I'm in the playoffs, I do not do well when I have a bye. So I kind of am looking at this week was looking at the yin with the yang. So it can be a good thing or a bad thing, but mostly it's a good thing. I mean, hopefully Sean Tucker can be that breakout from here on. I mean, the Bucks don't have many options. So, and he's running like he's running like an alpha. So, hopefully I can take care of my bye week matchup next week, and then get ready to go back into my division and try to see if I can get a solid playoff position.
Well, Rudy, where I come from, running like an alpha is not a positive thing. To answer your question, Scum, it actually was competitive. Rudy, if I'll draw on your memory, man, when Brock Purdy came out throwing touchdowns, I think had 15 to 20 points in the first half. We had a number of players going in the afternoon games, and it got pretty contentious there. There was no player on either team there was like no big play where it was like, all right, this game's sealed one way or the other. I think ultimately it came down to the game where Quan was watching Jason Myers and his leg. The Seahawks kept putting him out there for field goals, and he was the only guy really scoring points, and that's where the separation started. I do want to say that Rudy and I found a gem of a sports bar in Westwood to catch the games. It had every NFL game streaming in huge screens right in front of us. We were on the second level. I had to try to program my brain to manage red zone in real time.
We was watching the games like we was on the Nebuchadnezzar.
It was just a lot to take in. We're used to red zone doing this for us, but we had red zone on our tablets in front of us. But they had every game going, and it was a lot to take in. So props to Scott Hansen. Let's see what he does every week.
Yeah.
Rudy mentioned it. Travion matches output from last week's breakout gave me that nice head start. Bijan had his best game since week 6. He is the last man standing in Atlanta, so hopefully he can continue to produce. Rudy, I mentioned Jason Myers. I think you heard me bring out the kicker at minimum 6 times during that Seattle Rams game. He scored 14 points for me, outscoring Puka Nacua in the same game. Rudy, in addition to Brock Purdy, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams, T. Higgins, all had solid games. But again, you mentioned it. The greatest gift that you gave me was benching Sean Tucker, leaving 33 points and the win on the bench. And it also negative news for Rudy. Sam Laporta, back injury on IR for a month.
My guy. He acted like he didn't want to get surgery or nothing anyway, but that's all right. Well,
that was the thing. Travion had his output, and then I made the joke about the frog, Rudy making transactions, but it wasn't just a reaction to Thursday. All these injury announcements came out. Right, you had to replace your tight end. I think you had to replace somebody else. You got Brock Purdy last minute, so there were a lot of moves made before our matchup on Sunday.
Oh, that's another thing. If anybody would have had Purdy, I would have thought T. Ruth would have picked him up.
You know, T. Ruth is checked out when he doesn't add the 49ers quarterback to his roster.
I think he cut him pretty early, right? Got hurt, and that was a wrap.
Hey, this is the man who still has Brandon Ayuk on his roster.
Yeah.
My God, that's crazy. That guy hasn't played a snap all season. Is he gonna play football anymore? That's wild shit.
He might be T. Roof's keeper coming back next year. Doesn't have much else on that roster.
I can't make jokes about keepers. I definitely have no position. I want to shout out my matchup with the Curse real quick. Curse, well done. We talked about this already. Josh Allen, historic numbers, career game for him. Revenge game on the Scum.
The ghost
Former-
of Josh Allen continues to haunt the scum.
Ooh, it is awful. It is.
52 points against his former owner. Do you remember who you
Yeah.
replaced Josh Allen with in 2021, Scum?
I know that I cut him to start the next season, trying to keep a running back, maybe 2 running backs.
Do you recall the quarterbacks, your quarterback room after Josh Allen left?
I had no, I know I had Matt Stafford there, but that was later. I had Tom Brady.
You
there.
drafted Matthew Stafford and Justin Fields.
Stafford took me to the semifinal game. You know,
Stafford.
I fucked that one up.
Fields just
But,
got benched for Tyrod Taylor, didn't he?
Yeah, Fields is all bad. But I did have Fields. Fields was hot there for a stretch. He did give me a 50 burger.
You had Fields during his one season that has propelled him to still being in the league today.
That has kept
You
him
know-
relevant.
They're still living on that one season.
Yeah, you know what really hurt me was keeping him the next season. That one really stung bad. So again, I'm in no position to talk about keepers, but Josh Allen is certainly the one that got away. Was that a Jerry Springer clip you shared, or is that Povich? What was that?
That was Ricky Lake.
You may have dumped me, but look at me now, and you can't ever have it again.
Fuck. I was working my way to the white trash daytime talk shows, and I hadn't hit quite.
I just thought it fit so well.
Oh, it did. It
Might
did.
need to add it to the pod.
It did. Derrick Henry had a little bit of a slow start, and then he just went. And Tet came through in a big way, big game.
Breakout game. 31 points.
31 points. That's enough to make it work. The rest of it was really Snickle Fritz. But it was enough to get him the win. On the other hand, I had Hawk, Tua, Patua, Tagla Vagina.
Speaking of Haktua, Curse's receiver, Jamar Chase, this is big news.
Yeah.
He will be suspended next week for Haktuing Jalen Ramsey.
My face. My face.
Can't do that.
That's hilarious.
All bad.
Also,
bad.
Josh Jacobs' knee injury, he may be out next week as well.
Puts him in a tough spot, but if 3 guys can score, 90 points for him, then I think he might be okay from there on out.
He faces
Yeah.
Prince next week, so we'll see.
But real quick before we move off mine, George Pickens, former Curse. I did acquire him in a trade. Can't remember what the trade was for, but I got George Pickens in that one. It might have been for a running back, maybe Tony Pollard.
Yeah, it was Tony Pollard, I think.
I think it was Tony Pollard. He did pretty well. I left
Currently
some
on the waiver wire. So good trade.
easy.
The Curse traded
Easy.
for Tony Pollard again this season.
Couldn't get it. Hey, you know what? You can't get enough. TP, I had him for one good season too. I really had a bunch of guys for one good season. I should make a documentary on that. One good season, never won. It doesn't matter. I left some points on the bench all around. Just a classic Rebel Scum loss. Well done,
Play
Kurt.
Michael Jackson's Butterflies during the intro of your doc.
That's beautiful.
All right, man.
Fuck, it's beautiful. Hot
That's rough.
shit. Hot shit. Hey.
That's rough. That's rough, man. Yeah, bad loss. Well done, Curse, man. Moving on to the playoffs. And moving on to a playoff team, Flawless, the Quanski. Still doing it, brother. I mean, it was a little family rivalry, a little Hatfield and McCoy kind of thing going on here. And unusually low output on Oops Baby's side, or Oops upside your head. But that's just how it is. But congratulations.
Oops laid down for his cousin and said, collusion? Ha! I'll raise you some cousinly incest this week. Have your way with me, Quan.
What the fuck ever, please. Hey, You know what? 3 points from Justin Herbert didn't help him out at all. Pretty much nobody performed on his team other than McCaffrey. That was it. So it was a tough Thursday night. Drake May, only put up 21 points, which is pretty decent for a quarterback, but I knew I had expectations that he was going to ball out that game. But the Jets pretty much, I wasn't expecting them to, but they controlled the ball offensively for like 2 quarters. I mean, they kept Drake May off the field.
Very serious response from the Quan.
Just
I want to
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just noticed something about Oops' roster, and I want to shout out Quentin Johnson for putting up a hat trick. Putting up a hat trick this season.
3 donuts.
3 donuts. I don't think it's happening. By the way, that doesn't include the bye week when he was forced to put up donuts.
He was active.
3 donuts. Why
the Chargers duo combined for a total of 3 points in a blowout loss to the mighty London Jaguars.
Oh man, that's amazing. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't get through it. That's not a pro move, but holy smokes, 3 donuts there, man. And Franklin, his miracle receiver from the other week, just bench him, and he really did lay down for the Quan this week, didn't he?
Quan, I know how you like your donuts.
Them old sweaty men.
Well, Troy, regardless, he could have started a
Greenfield.
He could have started a perfect squad, and it still wouldn't have mattered.
76 points is his lowest output of the year. What a coinky dinky.
Coinky dink. Hey, Lewis, we all want to know, man, how does it feel to be undefeated?
You know what?
How does it feel to set the roster that you played against this week?
Oh, wait, whoa! Don't deflect. I want Quan to answer.
Answer both questions, please.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Look, fellas, the goal right now is to win a championship. It's not to go undefeated. It's to win a championship. So
he said, "Look, fellas."
That is the goal.
It feels like shit to set a roster like that. What the fuck? You asking dumb questions?
What, my roster?
No, the dumbass question Frogs asked me. How does it feel to set the roster?
I wasn't asking you, NJC. I was asking Quan how it felt to start the roster he played against this week.
Thank you. So, hey, look. So right now, I got 2 quarterbacks that are pretty much a coin toss on who to play that week. I pretty much left it up to CBS's projections, and they let me down again. But man,
it's not like Dak was playing the Raiders or anything. Oh shit, he was playing the Raiders. They fucking suck.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So the Jets suck too. Right.
Well, I blame Travion for that because he kind of stole the thunder.
And I was going to get into that before, Nick, the scum cut me off, but I get it. It's kind of boring to talk about my games, but anyhow, yes, that is something I'm worried about, the Travion breakout, not only because I'm kind of in the collision course with the Frogs for the playoffs, but also
don't bring me into this. I'm just a struggling team trying to make the postseason.
Also, Travion is now. He's good. He's showing. He's on red zone plays where it's supposed to get us close. 8-10 yards out on second down. You're thinking, okay, he's going to get closer to the end zone, and cool, it'll be a Drake May, corner fade, or he'll run it himself. But Travion is busting 10, 11 yards to the touchdown. So,
It's not very often that this late in the season you have a running back pop up on your roster putting up back-to-back 30-point games. That is a blessing. I thank you to the fantasy gods for blessing me. May he try to continue to keep this up as long as he can.
Yes, same here.
The humility, it's amazing how humility has graced our pod over the last couple of seasons.
Well, you
I
see what
remember
happens
years-
when you lose the humility, you start putting up less than 80 points.
Well, fuck you guys, huh?
You rub those bobbleheads one too many times.
You know,
That's
but
okay.
I still got another tough. I got next week. I got I think I got Sugan. And
Did you say
and
tough?
What did you just say?
no, I'm getting to it. That's
You
not
can't say tough. You got
left. I have a tough matchup left. Last game of the season, I got Rudy. And I got some. I think Kittle's on a bye, May's on a bye that week. A good silver lining for this week is Kittle is looking like he's back. I mean, this is back-to-back 20-point games. He had 19.5 last week, 22 this week. It'll be, it'll be pretty good now that I have a tight end that has a high ceiling as well as the rest of my team. So
weird game.
Guys blessed me very much, and Rudy's my toughest matchup on paper for the rest of the season. But you never know. The Wilmeth and Sugan, who knows? They may.
Who knows? You never know with those guys. Hey, Amon Roski, man, interesting game. The only reason I bring it up is because last week we were talking about Dan Campbell taking over the play calling, and that didn't play out too well against the Eagles last night.
I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. What's really going on though is they lost another offensive lineman, and for us Ram fans, we know what Jared Goff is like when he doesn't have time in the pocket. His inability to roll out, even if he is able to somehow move those legs and roll out of the pocket, he is not accurate on the run. And he was force feeding Amon Ra, and it just was not there. The coverage was all over him. But Amon Ra, man, I don't think this is a downside. I mean, that dude is just solid. He's one of my favorite players on my team. I am sure he's going to bounce back and just be the consistent receiver he's been ever since I drafted him. But I do have concerns about Henderson. That I do have.
What made you bench your vaunted Cleveland Browns defense for the inconsistent Atlanta Falcons this week?
Well, Carolina has been a targeted matchup for defenses all season, and then out of nowhere, Bryce Young, who was out of the game for a minute, all of a sudden starts playing well. So that was the thought process. And then also, are you really going to start any defense against Lamar Jackson? I don't think anybody.
Apparently, yes, you are now.
Yeah, right.
I
I
saw
want
that.
Bryce Young check for PEDs. I think that he went out and took some performance enhancement drugs and came back in and threw 300 yards.
The Carolina Panthers are playoff. They are a current. If the playoffs were to happen right now, they would be a playoff seed. They're 6-5.
Yeah, I don't know how legit that is, but if I believe they have been a pretty good team to target for a defense all season, but not this week. But don't worry, the Browns, I believe, I don't know who they have next week, but they will be playing.
I think they have the Raiders.
Oh yeah, they will certainly get a start next week against the Raiders and that great franchise with wonderful loyal fans.
Yeah,
Some of us. Not all of us. Quan.
you can add it. You can add that shit. Fuckers suck.
Honest fans too, man. Honest.
Angry
fans.
Rudy, I love
Honest,
He's back.
honest fans. Yeah.
There was a video of Richie Rich, the Bay Area rapper Richie Rich, watching. He went viral last week for his reaction to the Raiders' performance. tonight he was watching the game in his jersey, helmet, and he had a long rifle in his arm. It's sad times for the Raiders fans these days.
Wow. The Raiders suck. The coaches suck. The players suck. Everybody in that they suck.
You know, but it's not any different from year to year. So
no, that's not true. I mean, yeah, you're right.
That is very true. It's very true.
It's not true.
Nah, we made the playoffs this decade
When?
at least.
Who has more championships, the Raiders or the Rams?
Quick answer. Rams
Come
fans.
on, die hard.
The Rams.
Rams fans.
the
Rams
Rams
have how many?
The Rams have only one.
No, they have two.
Two.
They have,
If you count St. Louis.
oh, say okay. Two.
How many do the Raiders have?
Three.
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 Okay.
So see, times aren't always so rough. They have
That
more
was the young Al Davis, Joe Madden Raiders of old.
John
Joe Madden.
Joe Madden's
my God.
a baseball coach.
It's okay. He's a Rams fan. He doesn't need to remember any
That
of
was
that trash.
the old Raiders. But I don't know. That organization has not. They just have not been able to bring back that glory for lifetimes almost.
I wanna encourage all viewer of this podcast, Raider fans, Raider Nation, direct the comments in the comment section to @ambassadors of Quan, former Raiders fan. He's still got the hat. It looks kind of like it's almost a Raiders hat, but he's got the other shirt on. Trashing us. That was established 1937. You should say 2022.
Well, the good news for the Raiders fans, they are coming out with a movie about the glory days of Al Madden and Joe Madden and Al Davis. Also, Nick Prepot, you were saying the last time the Raiders won a championship, how old were you?
I was 1 year old. 1 year old.
1 year old. All right.
That was title number 3.
That just connection you have with the Raiders living 13 miles north of the Coliseum. I mean, I can imagine that's a close proximity for to claim the Raider nation there.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but it is pretty close.
13 miles is pretty close.
What is 13 and a half miles north of Coliseum?
Well, due north, because I live like 13. I probably live within, I think it was 10 miles.
Is that still LA County?
Oh my!
It's definitely
goodness
LA County.
gracious.
It's just not LA City.
Do you know how far LA County goes east?
LA County goes to Thunderdome.
It was a question.
It goes to Thunder. That's north. That's north. That is Edwards Air Force Base pushing the limits up over there, man.
Air Force Base is Kern County.
Yeah, well, kissing the kerns, baby, as they say up there in the high desert, kissing the kerns.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that before.
Well, you never live in the high desert, neither have I, but I know people. That's just
Thank
the point.
goodness I wasn't that unfortunate.
Oh my God, Rude! How?
Well, according
No,
to
Rudy chose to live there. He's not from there. Rudy's from Long Beach.
No, actually, the military chose.
The Air Force might have had a hand in that.
The neighborhood 13 and a half miles north of the Coliseum in Los Angeles is Encino.
Why'd you choose 13 miles north? I didn't live 13 miles north. You're crazy.
Nick,
what is that reference?
You don't recall putting that on the thread when you told us the sob story of going to a Raiders game as a kid?
I just guessed. Do you want me to? You know what? Now that actually guys
you were proving your connection to the Raiders by mentioning that I lived 13 miles north of the Coliseum. Back then.
I lived in
Alhambra?
I lived in Alhambra. I lived in the Bra, dude.
All right.
Do you know where that is?
Alhambra?
You're all.
I call that baby Pasadena.
Yeah, it's Pasadena Sur. El Surde. Come on, man. You know who was the guy that did the illustration Saturday Night Post? The fucking famous illustrator, John. Come on,
Joe
man.
Madden?
I'm gonna put it's Joe Madden. I'll put one of his pictures. I'll put one of his illustrations here, and a lot of famous people. He's from Alhambra. Come on. Anyway, take us into Quan's Blitz, man. You got the energy right now. You're pumped up. You're talking shit. You're feeling good about the Rams and your loyal fandom. Let's go. Take us into the Blitz.
All right, fellas, here it is. Week 11, Quan's Blitz. Cue the goats. Then give me a second to pull it up.
Christ.
While we're waiting, I think Joe Madden was the lead singer of Good Charlotte, by the way.
Yeah, him and his brother Benji, right? Those guys.
All right, fellas.
He also had that same hat.
What?
Sorry, nothing. Go ahead.
All right. Here it is. T-Ruth versus the Sugandese. This matchup came down to the wire in the most dramatic way possible. T-Ruth escaped a razor-thin 0.5 victory on Monday night, surviving a late push from the Sugandese, who needed just one more point from Jake Ferguson to steal the win. 1 point. But the comeback fell short, and the box score froze in place like it was afraid to move. It wasn't exactly an offensive showcase. Both teams struggled from the start to finish in a low-scoring grinder. Still, T-Ruth improves to 4-7, keeping his consolation bracket hopes very much alive. The Sugandese slips to 3-9, continuing his strategic positioning for the bottom of the standings. Next week, Sugandese takes on yours truly, the Quan. And if this is any indication of anything that can happen, let's see if the circus continues. Fellas.
Shout out Sugandese for starting a perfect lineup. It's still losing.
Any other comments?
Quan, you look like a skater. You look like a skater, Quan.
Yeah, we're gonna queue up some good Charlotte right here, man.
Yeah.
No skating at all.
Out of it. Looking ahead to next week before we wrap it up here.
I got one more blitz.
Oh, you do? My bad. Sorry about that.
We had double toilet bowls this week, Scott.
Fuck! I thought we said them both. That's why I should have been. I was looking up the artist. It's Norman Rockwell. He lived in Alhambra for a little bit.
Norman Rockwell, yes.
Was he a
Not
Raiders
Jack
fan
or
too?
Jake or John or whatever the fuck you were going with that one?
He actually played for the Raiders. He was their place kicker.
I think he's the quarterback right now.
All right.
Go ahead, Quan.
Coastal Havoc versus who's coming in second. This matchup delivered another classic Monday night nail biter with both teams fighting to climb out of the league basement. In the end, the woman who's coming in second edged out the victory by just 1 point. Thanks to a steady performance from Brock Bowers, the Havoc simply couldn't get enough out of Ashton Gently to complete the comeback. For the woman, it's a strange mix of relief and frustration. He improves to 3-8 and now owns the head-to-head tiebreaker to avoid last place. But the win also derails his tanking strategy in impressive fashion. The Havoc falls to 2-10, keeping a firm grip on the inside track for that much-desired last-place name change. A dramatic finish, a narrow escape, and the battle at the bottom continues, gentlemen.
Scum, you're gonna have to run that tape back because Quan just gave Ashton
Genty the best nickname I've ever heard. He called him Ass Gently.
Enough out of Ashton Gently.
Run the tape back and you will hear it. He called him Ass Gently, aka Ass Gently.
I heard it. I heard the same thing, actually. I was going to ask you if you meant to say it like that.
Yeah. That and all the bottoms you're talking about, bro. This
Quan treated that oops ass so gently this week.
I have to say tonight was a difficult night for the Blitz. Tonight I actually had the time to write a Blitz, but the games ended right before the pod started.
And we had 3 nail biters, right?
Yeah.
You should call
one-
it this week's is Lewis Bottoms Blitz.
Had I
One
had
more
more time,
note.
Ash Genty probably would have made the cut there. That was a good one.
Pass gently.
One
Pass
more
the jet-
note. Awumeth has been riding the oldest quarterback in the league all season long, and now his left hand is broken. Does Awumeth turn the ball over to Cam Ward, or does he find something off of waivers?
Cam is going to start. What's his name from
Richardson.
the dude from freaking the Saints that he loves so much, who plays every position.
Oh,
He's going to put him
Hill.
in his quarterback.
He's going to start Taysom Hill.
Speaking of quarterbacks, and this, I can't even, it can't be a part of the blitz because no one owns them, but I'll just throw it out there. Dylan Gabriel's concussion has created the opportunity for Shedeur Sanders to make his appearance in this week with apparently no preparation with the first team offense. But he will hopefully get a week of practice with the first team offense, getting ready to play the Raiders next week.
Yeah. Anybody watch that game? How did he do?
He did about as well as you would expect someone to do who has never been. I don't know if we have to close out the blitz or if I can just keep going, but I think Cam Newton, if you pull up his first take, I think today, put it much more poetically than I can, but he said even in his prime that his coach Ron Rivera would make sure his backup got at least 6 to 12 reps with the first team offense every practice, just in case there was an injury to him. He mentioned Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones didn't get any reps with the first team. You talk about Joe Burrow's backup. There is no reason for Kevin Stefanski to not have Shedeur Sanders more prepared just in case something like this happens to go into a game. The players after said they didn't even know Shedeur's cadence because they've never practiced with him. So, for all the people that don't believe that Kevin Stefanski has it out for Shedeur, I think his performance kind of highlights I think poor coaching. Like you got to prepare your guy to be ready. It's your team. He's your player. You got to prepare him to be ready. And I hope for a better showing next week. But the odds, the cards are stacked against Shedeur, man. And it's just it's all bad.
There's so much anti-Shedeur out there. And I said it before when he was drafted that the conspiracy continues, man. He was going to be drafted by Cleveland. They're going to bury him on the bench. And then to silence any thoughts of him being a decent quarterback. And look where we're at. He gets, by chance, everyone gets injured. He has to get played. And they didn't prepare him at all. So
going into the game, he's the number 2 quarterback. I mean, there's always a chance that your quarterback can get injured. To me, that you could try to place this blame on Shedeur, but I put it at the foot of the coach. How is your backup quarterback not prepared at all for this situation?
Mm-hmm. I listen to podcasts and stuff, and there is like just a united effort or just a united sentiment amongst I would say broadcasting male whites, and they just do not like Shedeur. They continue to say how bad he is and how good he's not. And I'm sure that's probably the sentiment of coaches and owners and everything. So it's interesting. Go ahead.
Quan, is it okay to bring up our car ride to SoFi?
Which one?
We were riding with some friends that had very strong takes on Shedeur versus Dylan Gabriel.
They don't listen to the podcast. Go ahead.
They represent the demographic that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, they're riding in the back seat with 2 black guys to the Rams game, and they felt so strong in their stance. Shedeur will be out of the league by next year. Dylan Gabriel, he's got strong processing. He's from Oregon. Like I couldn't believe what I was hearing in the backseat, that just goes to show you what that side of the world thinks of Dylan Gabriel, and actually more so what they think of Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, he seems to be so threatened to a certain type of America. You know,
A rich black man, a second generation rich black man with power. I don't know why that would be intimidating.
A lack of humility.
I think that's what it is. The lack
Well,
of
them old white folks, when they run into black people that really know how the power of the dollar goes, yeah, you're gonna get that old fashioned hate, and it's gonna get, not only Deion's gonna get it, but his kids are gonna get it, because of course they're gonna tell him. So that's basically what it is. That old fashioned, what the dollar bill can do.
and the
Hate.
the double standard bothers me too. I mean, when you look at, I love Cam Scalaboo, but I feel like the black version of Cam Scalaboo, who is just doing backflips and banging his head against the wall, and it would be a total different reaction to him, I believe, if he was black. But I mean, look,
Absolutely.
But at the same time, let's not get carried away. It's not very often are there white running backs. So I understand
No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
I believe the
Number
same
one,
Jackson Dart. Dude, he's wearing the gold
exactly, bro.
and he's dancing, and they're like, "Oh, he's so."
They want that chip on the shoulder. If a black person has swag, it's cockiness. If a white dude has it, they're grit. They're edgy.
They're passionate.
They're a dog.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
honestly, I'm not trying to take this into a left field, but my ultimate question, when we talk about humility, when we talk about all these rules, my question is why? Why? Why does he have to be humble? Why do people have to play a subservient role, regardless if it's in any capacity, to be able to meet the criteria and standards of a minority, a growing minority, unless you ask
You're
Errol
more
Musk.
susceptible to control when you do that. That's why they do that.
But
Humble
I
yourself.
get it.
Control
but
how
it's like,
you. Yeah,
that's
it.
crap, dude. That's crap, dude. It's like, yo, I'm
How it
good. I'm at the highest level. I'm not cursing anybody. I'm not raping anybody. I'm not drugging anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here, and I'm good. And if you act that way, you get blackballed. I mean, that sucks, bro.
It's more to it than that. I'm sure it's a deep psychological explanation for it. I will not say it's racism. I don't think it's racism. I just think it's American culture. It's what, it's somewhere through our exposure to media and stuff. That's just a mindset that American culture has towards those different types of athletes. But I'm not quick to say it's racism.
Well, I'll say it quickly. Racism.
It's fucking racism.
It's racism, dog. It's nothing else but it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't need to go there, but
we already went there. American culture equals racism.
I understand that we need to keep it, within the confines of political.
No,
whatever.
I can tell you, I've been around a lot of. I'm around, right wing people all the time. And I've come to know that it's not, their thoughts and their insensitivity towards a lot of things is not due to racism, and it's really, American culture that's built that mindset.
But here's, what it is. Sorry to cut you off, Nick. Because I know you have a very good point to make. I apologize. When you say that, I think it's exactly what you're saying. Racism, they're never gonna that ecosystem. Racism is a result of the ecosystem. It's not going to be felt within the ecosystem, which is why somebody can get on a camera and say, "What apartheid? What oppression?" Yeah, it's not felt. And that demographic has the choice to choose to pay attention and acknowledge, or the choice to move to a city in Arkansas that's all that demographic and never have to pay attention other than through Fox Sports or Fox News. So it's absolutely we feel it, they don't, because it's their world. But the minute it gets too black, the minute they walk into a supermarket or an establishment and there's one too many black people, what is that? Racism. So you tap dance. I'm gonna call it what it is.
Scum.
Yeah, to Quan's point, it is part of the culture, but it's the racist fabric of the culture that's just become normalized. It's fucking crazy because people are doing it without. I agree with you. There's definitely a percentage of racist people out there who don't even realize what they're doing or what they're saying or how they're behaving, because some of it's subconscious. You'll see it. People just act different, talk different, or just like look different. And it's just so deep rooted and ingrained. And you could probably call those guys on it in the car and they'd probably be like, that's fucking crazy, you think I'm racist. And then it devolved into a bunch of other examples of how they're not racist, like my fucking best friend's black and like half my family, but it ignores the point that this is just, it's gotten to a point where it's so ingrained now. And the scary part is that the history that tells these tales that we're supposed to learn from is being erased and rewritten and being called a lie. And so, the Shador thing is just, an example of it playing out, one of many that we all see. And you're right. I was trying to think of a black running back comp to Cam Scatterboo. I really couldn't think of. I mean, Odell Beckham was a flashy player receiver, but there's been a bunch of receivers. But then those guys, receivers like that
Antonio
also.
Brown, bro. Antonio
Brown.
That's probably the best, because there's been no black running backs that have been like crazy that I can think of. But I can definitely think of an Antonio.
In our
Brown.
lifetime, like in our fandom that we watched play, I can't think of one.
I would say Jamal
from
Williams.
Nebraska. Lawrence, you guys know.
No,
I think Jamal Williams is a good comparison. The one that used to play for Detroit.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Wasn't he just a happy dude?
He was
Lawrence Phillips.
He was a bit quirky.
I mean, beast mode.
Beast
Everybody
mode.
love beast mode though.
But everybody loves beast mode. That's why I say, it's the argument can go both ways, man. Everyone loves beast mode. Beast mode was very
but he was a humble player on the field. Like he was like
he had his
Marshawn Lynch
is
definitely outspoken. He's definitely from Oakland.
Mhm.
But I think on the field though, he was like the best teammate to ever have. So I don't know. Maybe it's a bias.
I think all of us, especially us that, went to majority white colleges. I think all of us did on this pod. We all know a Cam Scatterboo. We all know those guys. So it is unique. That behavior is unique to that culture, and so it's hard to compare. See if there's a black running back like that, because Cam Scatterboo is that typical like frat boy, overly pound of beer, pound of keg guy. We all have friends like that in college, have friends like that now. So it's hard to compare him to a black running back, because he represents that genre of people for sure. But so I love Cam Scatterboo. This is not an anti-Cam Scatterboo. Well, I love him.
Same.
WWE
getting it on. He's dope, dude. I like his energy. We would just use him as a conversation point, nothing against him.
I just want to say nothing wrong with going to majority white colleges, but I went to a state school in the IE, and my state school is majority Hispanic. So
I went to probably the whitest of the white school ever, and I could absolutely corroborate those stories on DP with any given night. Somebody in Isla Vista will be scatterbooing all over the damn street. So absolutely.
I mean, I know a lot of those guys like that too. I mean, fucking, I was friends with those guys in high school. Like some of those guys I skateboarded with, like true skating, not the skating, but the true skateboarding.
It was so
like bro.
Drastic difference between the white frat parties and the black frat parties. We actually would wear suits to our parties, and we would have elegant functions. Man, when I went to the white frat parties, it was like, hey, you can't come in with your shirt on, bro.
was the trash.
And
It was a
you do not wear
disaster.
you do not wear good shoes to a white frat
You can't
party.
come in with your shirt on, bro. 'cause
And
it's about to be white.
definitely shit is getting vandalized. Definitely furniture is getting destroyed.
Natty ice everywhere. PBR just turned over. You know what it is.
Just
Yeah,
jumping
someone's
off
dick's
walls.
coming out too, by the way.
And guess
Someone's
what?
dick is always coming out at a party like
cops
that.
That's when it's time to go home.
The party never shut down, and the cops were never called. It went all night.
For our listeners out there, just to clarify what NJC mentioned, DP has 2 definitions in Santa Barbara.
Yes. And I was referring to the Del Playa version.
Oh, okay. Just checking. None of that Santa Barbara banana. Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Banana
I will
Slugs was the other
maintain-
UC. My bad. That was the other UC. That
I
was
will
Santa-
maintain that although Santa Barbara was very Mayo-tastic, we did manage to salvage some great times on the campuses.
The fucking location is sick. The campus is.
Nobody on the
legendary.
podcast is included, but there were some wild times. Lennon came a couple times, but he was busy reading scripture, being a great young man. preparing
Hey,
himself for
Santa
marriage.
Barbara was a great campus to visit. We did not realize how good it was until our first voyage down there on the 101 South from Berkeley. After I think Quan might have come on the trip with us. After that trip, I want to say I returned every Friday for the next 3 months.
It was free birds. It was burritos, bro. Like you couldn't, you know,
I had
it was
the time
good
of my
food.
life on that trip to Santa Barbara.
That was a good time. That was a great time.
That was an 8-hour drive for the listeners every
Yeah.
Friday.
Note to self: never go from the Bay to Santa Barbara from the 101.
No. Impossible, man. Impossible
Shitty-
highway.
shitty-
But
shitty drive.
that just lets you know how good the times were good. How good the getting was in Santa Barbara. Real quick before we pivot to the games next week and close it out. Between the 2 UC campuses that y'all went to, which one is the better campus?
We're gonna probably say each other's, unless Lennon
Well,
maintains.
Santa Barbara is beautiful. It's ocean views. To me, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, probably the 2 most beautiful UC campuses. There is a poll that came out recently that UC Berkeley has the #1 rate of STDs in all of the universities in America. So there's a lot of fun happening at Berkeley.
Well, I like Berkeley's campus. The pop that disgusting, but I think that Berkeley's campus has a charm and appeal to, you know, kind of an East Coast vibe. But yeah, Santa Barbara's pretty dope. I think it's I don't think I've ever seen Santa Cruz Coop, but I think Santa Barbara is the only UC actually on the water.
Nah, Santa Cruz is on the water.
On the water too? Okay.
Yep. I've been
Santa
up
Cruz
there.
is fun too, man. Oh, man.
I never went to Santa Cruz, man.
I
Never
had a
got to Banana Slug.
Cruise when I went.
That's
Lot
the
of-
beauty
lot
of
of
being in
fun.
the Bay. One thing I'll say about the Bay Area, say what you want to say about the Bay.
Mhm.
That ratio of like colleges and that like 100 mile fucking radius is magnificent, bro.
Yeah, and it will keep you in college for 6 years.
Yeah.
So you spend every weekend driving to another campus to party. That is not healthy for
Kind of
not healthy for
you go from a 4-year to a 5-year
graduation.
real quick.
Yeah.
I think I earned some credits at UC Santa Barbara.
But I will tell you though, Santa Cruz was something different though. That was because I'm not going to go into everything we did, but there is a lot of like camaraderie just for all the students period in that campus. They will all party together. There was like this tree that you can go to, like it was a natural tree, and you would climb up it, and it could fit at least 100 people in there, and things used to go down in that tree,
That
man.
sounds like some fucking hippie tree hugging
It's
shit.
real earthy. It's
Hey.
real earthy, and only like
All the girls have armpit hair.
only in NorCal way. Like you know the most granola-y types. That is the
Mhm.
fucking birthplace of granola, bro.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is where granola you just shovel it out of the ground. You're all like, granola.
It is all love at Santa Cruz. Nothing but love.
So much
No,
love.
for
That's
sure,
where
for sure.
they filmed the Lost Boys over there at the Santa Cruz Pier, man. Santa Cruz Pier.
Okay.
What I used to go there
Nice.
when I was a kid.
Nice little Easter egg. That's dope.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
real
before we pivot really quick, I'm in an old movie mode, man. Lost Boys. Like I'm in an old movie like retro vibe. I don't know if it's the change in the seasons, dude, but I need to get on some old movies. I know
nostalgia is a
Emmett
powerful
knows it.
drug, man. Nostalgia is a powerful drug, man. Those
Emmett
movies
knows
are
all
great.
the one-liners from the movies.
Yeah, I've been binging 80s movies the last 2 months. Just the
Gotta love
ones
the
that,
soundtrack.
yeah, just the ones kind of like the ones I know I didn't watch, or kind of I like thought
It's been a
about it as
while.
like as a cult classic, and I'm like, oh, I never watched this. So been watching movies like Action Jackson and shit.
Dude, that's where Jack's got his name from, bro. Hey,
Corny
what do you?
ass
Hey,
action is just hilarious.
nothing beats 80s soundtracks to movies, bro.
Oh hell yeah!
Hey, Beverly Hills Cop. Best
Nothing
one.
beats them.
Beverly Hills
That,
Cop.
and of course that and Rocky. I mean, I think Rocky 4 has the best soundtrack out of all of them. That's just me. When they had more like the the James Brown and the Rush, the background music.
In America. Hell yeah. Sorry, guys. We went off track.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Those are some great movies to watch and take deep dives into. I work with a young guy, and he's like, "Hey, you'll be proud of me. This past weekend, I finally watched Back to the Future." I was like, "It's only been fucking 40 years, man. Way to go,
Dude. Like, it sucks that, like, you said something in the pod, Nick, that kind of shook me a little bit, man. I mean, I knew it, but the reality setting in of like they are erasing the past, bro, and like in fucking 50, 100 years, who knows what people are going to say about the past. But like, dude, like our culture, man, like people are like the things that we take and cherish, the Back to the Futures, the Karate Kids, the Rockies, the this, they're fading into black and whites, bro. They're like black and whites to us, to the new generation, man. Like it's been that long. They're not, it's a disconnect. It sucks.
it's the 1900s, baby." All right, I'm gonna debut a brand. Oh, go ahead, Froggy.
I've been an active listener here, and I just want to make two notes. You mentioned movies this weekend. I watched Nick's doppelganger, Jacob Elordi, in Guillermo del Toro's new Frankenstein on Netflix. And to tie things back to football, you mentioned tree hugging in UC Santa Cruz. In Berkeley, we climb hills and trees up at Tightwad Hill, where you can get a free view of college football from up there for the cost of a 10-minute hike and some cool folks to throw back some beers with, man. But that's it. I'll pass it back to you, Scum.
Shout out, man. Frankenstein is like 2 episodes of Pluribus, and I made the tough decision too this weekend. I guess is it Frankenstein worth the 2.5 hours? Should I skip it?
100%. It's good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I watched it until I turned it off right at the point when the dude looked like he was about to start beating on the dude, which we all know happened in Frankenstein, and I just wasn't in the mood to watch somebody get like, because like like that part, the dude was nice and genuine, and I don't know, I don't like watching like torture, but if you guys say keep to press on, I'll press on because I wanted to watch something tonight. So
Pretty
press
graphic.
Press on.
Press on.
All right, but we'll talk about Pluribus next week. Coop, you gonna catch up?
Yes.
I always say if you got through Negan, you can get through anything.
I did not get through Negan. I think I stopped, but that's not because of what Negan did, because I read the comics, but the show just kind of. Anyway.
Yeah, well,
Negan was rough.
Negan prepared me for Terrifier 3.
yeah.
Oh, then I should be good then. I should be good then. I haven't watched Terrifier 3 or 2.
I don't know how y'all watch that shit. I'm gonna be honest, man. Call me pussy, but I don't know how y'all fucking watch that shit, man.
But it has a 80s corny slasher feel to it. The soundtrack is like Stranger Things, and Stranger Things, that's all 80s throwback.
I can
anyway.
catch some 80s type. It's super
Yeah.
fake, but that shit that Lennon was talking about
Yeah, it's
last week,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
it's
I
graphic
can't do that
and it's
shit.
over the
Catch
top,
up.
but it's
Catch up,
graphic and
Terrifier
over the
4.
top, but it works. It works though.
Terrifier 4 is on the way. The origin story of Art the Clown.
Oh, can't wait. Can't
But I
wait.
was telling too that all the other horror movies are, they're following fit, because even the Scream movies and everything like that, the kills are more graphic and kind of like, damn, like get off of them, stop stabbing them, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of kills, Emmett, do you have any experience with that?
You know what? I'm still going to therapy about that. 100%.
I can't even. Yeah. Can I? Yeah. I'm gonna pivot to a movie I saw that was a waste of time, so don't see it. It's actually very sad to see what Demi Moore's career has come to in the movie The Substance.
That movie was excellent.
That movie was awesome. You're crazy.
That was one of the best movies of last year.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
That movie
Absolutely.
was fantastic.
That scene when the fucking blood just shot out for like 50 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Come on, dude. Like, what the
Substance was
fuck?
great.
Stop it. That was, dude, stop.
That movie
it.
had
For
me
all our-
rolling, man.
For all our
I liked
listeners,
it. I liked it until until it just went over the edge. Like, come on. Did you just like get high at this last part of the script?
Huh?
Yes.
That shit was amazing, man. And there's so much great nudity in there too. Like
Until the old woman came out, and I was like, oh god.
if
Well, you
Victoria's
paid
Secret is listening right now, take a deep breath. That was her favorite movie of last year.
Who?
Yeah.
Don't be too mad at NJC.
Who?
My wife.
Victoria's Secret.
My wife.
My wife.
No, always love for Victoria's Secret. But one thing I know that you two are two peas in a pod. You guys both like that disgusting, violent, unnecessary, brutal shit. So you
There's
guys
nothing
bathe
like
in that together.
a sweet love making session after watching Terrifier 3.
Oh my lord.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
That's some terrible anal.
It's
Whoa.
terrifying.
Talking about fucking my wife in that way.
Whoa. Yo, that's the one-liner forever, bro. Like that wins.
You guys got deep with the politics on today's episode.
Hey man,
This is
sometimes
crazy.
any given Sunday, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, speaking of which, let me just blitz it. I'm gonna start my own new. It's not gonna be called blitz. I'm gonna start my own new segment. It's like the 60-second fucking look ahead to next week. All right, let's see if I can knock this out in 1 minute. Rudy, you're playing who's coming in second next week. You're right. It's probably a bye. Enjoy that one. Quan, you got the Sugandese. Another bye week for you. Enjoy that one too.
12-0.
Froggy, you are also going to be enjoying yourself what looks like a bye, so this is going to be great. I think I'm going to have the only
No. Coastal Havoc has put together a roster. It is going to be a tough matchup. Do not listen to that, Brucey. I am taking this week very seriously. Even
I
if
just
you
want to
lost
go.
to Bournemouth.
Yeah, I just want to go back and double check this score here real quick. Okay, 99 points. All right. No, you're right. That was okay. Just double
Speaking
check.
of 99, if I could make one note about my game, I have another opportunity to see Stafford and Puka live next week. Aaron Donald bobblehead night, number 99, Sunday Night Football, SoFi Stadium.
Sick, man. Show it off next week's podcast. We want it in the background for sure, in the background drop. New Jack City, do you know who you're playing next week? You're already looking ahead. I know you know.
Yeah, I'm playing you.
Are we? I thought we were week 14.
No, dude. Who do I play this week? It says Scummy.
Oh,
Rebel
shit.
Scum, New Jack City.
Looks like I didn't know. All right, man. May you score 76.5 points again, please.
Well, based on our projections, 76 points will beat your projected 59. So
Oh, that's fucking cold-blooded right there. How dare you say that?
Dude, our rosters are locked, bro. Come on. We know it's gonna change.
Get out of here, man. All right.
First, I'll read a statement from Coach Beam's family. We are devastated that John Beam, our loving husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, coach, mentor, and friend, has passed. Our hearts are full from the outpouring of love and support from all who cared about him. We are deeply grateful for your continued prayers, well wishes, and thoughts. At this time, we kindly ask everyone to fully respect our family's privacy. I met Coach when I was in the 8th grade at Bret Harte Junior High School, and I actually, to a lot of folks' surprise, never had the opportunity to play for Coach Beam, but he had meant so much to me. I lost my father when I was in high school, and Coach has, since I was 15, 16, 17 years old, always been there for me, has always reached out to me. The Skyline, Laney, Oakland, California, Hawaii, West Coast, San Diego family is mourning this morning or this afternoon or over the last couple of days at the loss of such an absolutely incredible human being.
But I was a fan of Last Chance U, and especially that season. There was something about this man's energy, the way he could just relate to the players, connect with the players, just coach the players, be like a family member and a friend of the players. Pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah, man, I just want to say a few words about Coach Beam, beloved Bay Area football coach, a lifelong mentor, was murdered after more than 4 decades of shaping young men through the game he loved. Born in our sacred city of San Diego, Beam began coaching in 1979 at Serra High School in San Diego, soon moved north to Oakland, where he built one of the most influential careers in California football at Skyline High School. If you went to college in the Bay Area, odds are you were a classmate of someone from Skyline who either took a PE class, a regular academic class, or was coached by John Beam. He became a legend, leading the Titans to multiple undefeated seasons, league titles, and a record-setting run that transformed the program into a national model. More importantly, he changed the trajectory of countless young men who credit him with giving them structure, belief, and opportunity. There was the Bears DB who demonstrated that in his game after he got the interception this weekend and took a knee and said some kind words about Coach after the game. Beam later brought his leadership to Laney College, guiding the Eagles to the 2018 JUCO State Championship, a defining achievement for the program and the city. His work, as Scum mentioned, gained national attention when he appeared on Netflix Last Chance U, showcasing his no-nonsense honesty, compassion, and unwavering commitment to his players. I encourage any of you that want to learn more about Coach Beam and Oakland culture to check out that season of Last Chance U. Across San Diego, Oakland, Skyline, and Laney, John Beam influenced thousands of lives. His legacy is not just measured in wins, but in the generations of young men he lifted, guided, and protected. He was a coach, a father figure, and a community cornerstone. His influence reached far beyond the teams he coached. I have, as I mentioned, college classmates who played for him at Skyline High School. Players he developed have been fixtures in our AGS starting lineups. And on a personal note, if it wasn't for Coach Beam giving our youth track clubs his blessing to use his facilities, my daughter would never have had the chance to run in front of her Bay Area family and friends. Just this past May, when his generosity opened, this past May at Laney College, his generosity opened doors for so many in ways big and small. Rest in peace, Coach. 2 claps, ready.
I think that's where we're going to end the podcast for this week. Thank you, fellas, for joining us. On to week 12, bigger and better things. See y'all next week.